Stream starting soon.
Okay, yeah, that should be switched over. So here we are, episode 5? I think 5. Yeah, 5 sounds about right. Episode 5 of our Candlekeep Mysteries campaign.
Woo!
Now with even more mysteries as we set off towards our second mystery after last time where you stumbled across a mysterious body that was dead due to the astute observations of Azza, I think?
Yeah, very dead.
Yeah, he was very dead. Turned out some sort of weird energy creature was assuming the form of a book. And during the disturb... Oop.
I made a mistake.
Oh my god!
Are we okay?
I made a mistake. Yes, I am alive.
Alright. Good
I
stuff.
did mention a few weeks ago my camera setup was precarious, and in that few weeks I've done nothing to make it better.
That's fine. Alright, so, yeah, where was I? Energy blob turned into books. What's up with that? Yeah, you came across one. It was disguised as a book titled Masfroth's Mighty Digressions. And when disturbed, it turns back into its energetic, monstrous form and proceeded to battle with a lot of you, almost draining the life from poor Salam with a hard-hitting crit. But thankfully there were no losses, and you defeated the creature and started your investigations. Yes, you had asked around and eventually came into contact with two people, I believe. Two people, one of them being Valor, and the other being Yellorian High Scroll. That's right, an acolyte from Waterdeep. However, you didn't. You seem to think that none of them are the culprits, although they do have strong ties, and the clues they've given you point you in the direction of the Wide, which is a very, very big market in the upper city of Baldur's Gate. That's correct, Baldur's Gate. So yeah, that is where you are off to now. You have, with the permission of the Keeper of Tomes, you are having Valor accompany you. Yes, a feisty tiefling who is apparently quite capable, as they served as a knight of the Purple Order, I think. Is it the Purple Order?
Purple Dragon Knight?
Yeah, Purple Dragon Knight, that's the one. I knew it was something to do with purple, yes. So yeah, and Chadwick was on the fence with not knowing whether they should go with you on this adventure, but in the end he was persuaded to tag along and get some of that outside the walls real life experience. So after a good long rest, after a hard day's work of fighting and sleuthing, you have set off on the road headed towards Baldur's Gate. And that's where we are now.
We're going on a road trip.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Off on a road trip. Did you pack any particular supplies of anything more than usual?
Extra socks.
Extra socks, very good. Always handy.
Cleric, shoals, foot, incense. You know what? Bad joke. Forget I said it.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so yeah, you guys are on the roads. Perhaps you're familiar with the road, or someone in the party is, and they said it will take probably about 5 days to kind of make your way over to Baldur's Gate, so you have quite a lot of time on your hands during this journey. So yeah, you exit the gate, saying your farewells and see you soon, and head down the road, the way of the lion.
It's 5 days away. I didn't think it was that far.
It's what it says on my notes. Maybe if you hot foot it, you might be able to make it in 4.
I'm definitely looking for more leisurely pace.
Okay, 5
Let's
days.
make it a
is.
week.
A week. Okay.
It rounds it out.
All right. So yeah, you kind of head down the roads on your first day's journey.
When we left, did it look like the gate guards took our advice and beefed up security?
They probably looked a bit more on guard. They were being particularly tense and questioning with anyone else who's turned up at the time you were passing out. Yeah, so they seem a bit more tense, but maybe it takes a little bit more time to fully set up some sort of security. But yeah, maybe there was some scholarly looking mage fellows kind of like looking at the walls, scribbling some runes and muttering incantations under their breath. So yeah, it looks like they are trying to do something to maybe beef up security in some way. So yeah, the forward-thinking footnotes on the security seem to be being addressed.
Good.
Yeah, very good. So, any topics of conversations on the road?
Rollo notices he forgot his socks.
How
somebody brought
how
extra.
far along the road do you notice this?
2 days.
2 days. Oh dear.
Oh my.
Whatever will I do? King.
Well, I have a pair of gloves. You could cut the fingertips off and wear those.
Okay, I'm going sockless.
Oh well.
But no,
Where's
Rollo would, Rollo would just kind of be minding his own business on the trek, avoiding Chadwick as much as possible.
Oh, avoiding Chadwick. Okay.
Salam, you were out before we left. Were you able to find many good herbs?
One did find many useful herbs, yes. I think next time I have some time, I should be able to make some useful potions.
That sounds wonderful. I was gonna say when we ran into each other, you had pieces of grass in your armor, so I figured you were out and about.
You love plants your whole life? You've always picked flowers so long?
Mm-hmm. I learned how to do it when I was in the Feywild.
Imagine flowers might be a little bit more different out there, huh?
Indeed they are.
I just feel like when you say Feywild, like everything just kind of wants to attack you.
Not so much. Not if you know what you're doing.
Well, I'm happy we have an expert with us.
I'd love to make it back someday.
So what has hands I can't hold and a face I cannot see?
Rollo walks away.
Racist joke, I'm guessing.
A clock.
Clockist.
I guess if it's like Modrons.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you have some prejudice against the Mudrons?
They're a little high. They're a little high strung.
Tightly wound.
Tightly wound. God, should know that.
If only.
Okay.
What can run without legs and speak without a mouth? A babbling brook. A babbling brook.
Well, aren't you the
Chadwick
couple?
is looking at you with like a newfound sense of depth to your character. He didn't expect you to be coming out with such smart things.
Continue. For the next week, I continue to give off easy riddles.
Easy riddles. Okay.
I mean, I learned all of those from Scooby-Doo.
Very good. Alright, so yeah, you guys kind of journey for the rest of the day, listening to riddles, conversing about herbs and gathering them and whatnot. And yeah, you kind of reach a point where the sun's getting real low, and you think, yeah, maybe in this clearing over here we can make camp for the night. So yeah, you guys begin to set up camp. Do you divvy out the chores in any way?
Oh, is there anyone who is not particularly good at seeing at night?
I got eyeballs.
I don't have, I do not have dark vision.
What's this?
Psst, since a person gets one shot by a wolf. I'll take the twilight. I'll take the twilight hours of watch. That way the rest of you can get a little bit longer sleep.
Yes. So we'll just use this blank page as our campsite, let's say. So yeah, feel free to use the drawing icon to draw yourselves a nice little tent here.
Fire.
Yeah, we'll have a nice little campfire.
Okay, that didn't work.
Look at
I was
these
gonna
art
give Adam
skills.
dark vision, but I don't feel like it now.
I've
Because
got
of the
blue
jets.
flames.
Okay. Yeah, those are some nice flames. Alright, yeah, so you kind of pitched the tent. Or if you have one.
Pitch the tent, alright.
Oh, good.
Tent pictures.
Kane will take the watch after Rolo.
Yeah, so there's going to be 4 watchers overnight.
Yeah, I'll take the second.
I have a mess kit and a grappling hook, but I don't appear to have a tent. Oh, there's a bedroll. I'll just hide in that. Grappling hooks!
What?
For people who don't have natural climbing speeds.
Okay.
Grappling hooks.
So then I guess it's Aza, Rolo, Kane, and then Salam.
Well, we're definitely not trusting Chadwick, that's for certain.
Fuck no.
Yeah, no.
He can... Listen, we can't let him think he's special, so he'll have to be on watch with one of us. Or else he'll think he deserves to sleep throughout the night.
Who wanted him here?
I did.
Yeah, well there you go.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can actually get along with him.
Okay, so yeah, there's the fire, as we can see, and there's like a large tent. Does everyone want to share the same tent, or do you fancy sharing
The stars.
like
Llama is
separate?
sleeping out under the stars.
And the
Oh,
stars
okay.
will be my ceiling.
Okay. Well, Vala is gonna get in a tent that she made. Yeah. So yeah, she kind of puts up a tent and kind of climbs in after
Just-
any conversation that takes place there over perhaps some evening food.
Perhaps it's time for Kane to get his alone time.
Ooh.
Don't do it, Kane. Have some self-respect.
She has to buy me dinner first, alright?
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Not some cheap floozy.
Okay. Alright, so who's on watch first?
Aza and Chadwick.
Okay. So yeah, is it just your who what? Yeah, who?
As in Chadwick.
As and Chadwick. There we go. That's That's more than one name. Yes, Azza and Chadwick. So yeah, the two of you take watch while the rest gradually fall asleep after an hour or so. I don't know if you have any character development points where you maybe take a long time to fall asleep or something like that. Maybe one of you sets up a nice wind chime to give you some nice noises to fall asleep to.
Thom does some praying to the moon.
Oh, yeah, moons are pretty cool. That's alright, that's rock on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Rolo will just chew a cigar and stare at the stars.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so the
Spend my
moon... the moon shines awfully bright and you get the sense that it is listening to you attentively, and stars twinkle in the way that excites you greatly, Rolo. And if anyone were to glance over, they see the twinkles reflecting in your eyes, whatever color they are. What color are they? maybe lilac, like your feather and cloak, perhaps.
I just got dark eyes. That's all they are. Dark.
Dark. Okay.
Dark.
All right. Anyway,
Like
everyone
like the
falls
vision
asleep.
he doesn't have.
Okay. Yeah, like the vision you don't have. So yeah, everyone drifts off slowly except Chadwick and Azza, who stand watch or sit watch, whichever. And
We'll talk about the basics of magic and riddles.
yeah, he loves
And,
it.
And I only know the basics of riddles.
We know.
Mm.
It's a tough job.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of go into the talking, and once it gets to the topic of magic, Chadwick kind of pipes says, yeah, been working on a new spell I have. This one might be a bit more useful. Yeah. And he kind of like fumbles around in a pouch for a bit, and then he kind of fishes out some components, and he kind of gestures towards a rock, and he kind of focuses intently for a bit, and then you just see the rock start to rise up ever so slightly until it gets to about 20 feet in the air, and then he's just like stood, well, he's sat just focusing on this spell that is making this rock levitate in such a way.
Alright, you got it up in the air. Can you bring it closer?
No. I mean, yeah, if you go and push it, I guess.
Alright. It's weightless then. I suppose that has uses.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Then he kind of relaxes, and you see and hear the rock kind of thump to the ground softly. Anyway, yeah, great. Let's do some perception rolls from the two of you.
Oh, of course.
Where are we? Perception.
Skills. Bam.
Bam. Okay.
7.
Alrighty then. Let's have a look here. Just roll something over here.
Oh man. That's
Okay.
It's not good. Yeah.
So, you guys are not really paying too much attention, and especially for Azza after that magnificent display of magic. However, the people approaching your campsite don't get that close, as you suddenly hear a branch snap in the night, and you look on over and see three nefarious men approaching your campsite, blades drawn, menace in their eyes, and a face that sends shivers down your spine.
What? Chadwick, go wake the others. Make it insistent.
Chadwick
please
is kind of
suggest.
just frozen in fear.
Go wake the others. But I'll...
Chadwick is still stuttering.
Alright.
He kind of like rigidly kind of leans over to Salam and starts prodding him, stuttering, going danger. So Salam, you awaken to these prods and stutterings.
Yeah, I'll kind of roll over and see what's happening and promptly kick Kane in the leg, and then shout out to Rollo to wake up.
Okay, upon those shouts, the camp is roused and we shall roll initiative.
Rolo forgot to take a cigar out of his mouth and chokes on it in fright.
You just kind of suck it down. Ugh.
Now, friends. What has a tail and a head, but no body?
I accidentally shoot Azza.
Roll for it.
Azza needs to roll initiative first.
I was hoping I might be able to, bond with them over wordplay.
One of them looks at you and says, "Oh, you don't look it, but you're one of them smarty types, aren't you? They really rub me the wrong way, those smarty types. I tells you I do." And we will begin combat with Rolof going first.
Am I on my feet?
Let's say you're kind of springing into action, so I don't know. Do you sleep on the floor? You're on the floor.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
sure,
So you're prone, I guess.
Yeah. All right. That makes sense. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Rolo will kind of roll up to his feet, and as he stands, he already has his crossbow leveled. And we are agents of Candlekeep. Stand down. As he lets loose a crossbow.
Okay, at the
Freeze!
top bug there. So a total of 22. That hits quite easily there. For how much? 6 piercing damage. Okay, so you call out to this evil doer and you let loose your crossbow bolt, and it easily purchases itself within the arm of this approaching menace.
And I will quickly flick out another one.
13 hits as well. For 8, this one landing squarely in the chest. Kind of puncturing him quite hard. He kind of stumbles slightly and coughs up a surprising amount of blood. He does not look happy.
Rolo will, so he's just used half his movement. And, yeah, he would kind of just steal back to the tent of Valor to trouble. And I am good.
Okay, over to Kane.
Alright. Kane is going to stand up, and seeing that Rolo was shooting somebody, going to cast Firebolt.
Okay, Firebolt. Ooh, that is definitely gonna hit. For 5 fire damage. Okay, so attacking the already weakened human. Yeah, human. Yeah. This you send a nasty firebolt, which hits him square in the temple as he's kind of recoiling from the previous 2 bolts of piercing damage, and you see a scorch mark kind of just streak from his temple across his forehead, leaving a nasty burn.
And he will take a few steps back,
Alright.
and that'll be my turn.
Okay, over to this one here. So this thug with menace and greed in his eyes will run towards Azza to engage him in combat. As he runs at you, he pulls out a mace and swings not once, but twice. Oh baby, we've got multi-attacks.
Oh my god.
So, is there only one there? Oh, the first one swings and goes for 14.
I saw a natural 19 get rolled. Where did that?
I did see a 19 as well.
Yeah,
I'll definitely keep that, but the 19 will hit.
Okay. Yeah.
14.
Alright, if you
misses.
guys are okay with taking a 19 dice, yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, we'll roll the damage here for the attack that hits. Just for a mere four bludgeoning damage. So this man, he comes out swinging. First one you duck, however he readjusts and brings it down upon your head with a not deadly but a reasonably sickening crack to the top of the head, and you feel a bit of blood trickle down the side of your head and drip onto the grass below.
So it would have been a lot worse. I always position my best armor forward. So even if I get smacked in the head, only lose a couple of brain cells.
Okay.
I only forgot one riddle.
Okay, so let's see. So this guy will come up to here and he will level his heavy crossbow and point it towards Cain, wanting vengeance for this hideous scorch mark that you have put across his face.
Hey, get back here.
Yeah, to him, he thought he was quite handsome, but to everyone else, yeah, you can see that there wasn't really any increase in unattractiveness here. So yeah, he points his crossbow towards you, Cain, and lets loose a bolt. That hits for 17, I believe. That should hit. Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
And
well,
you take 2 piercing damage. Yeah, it is but a flesh wound as this bolt grazes your left shoulder and goes sailing straight through the tent and out the other side. And then we go over to Azza.
Our tent. Did this guy not go? go?
He hasn't had his turn yet.
Oh. Oh, 2 thugs next to each other, of course. Dumb. Alright, I will target the one in front of me with a steel greatsword.
Ooh, steel. Oh, we got a 20 there. That hits for 13 slashing damage. Wow. Yeah, so you pull out this great sword and you cut him pretty bad. Yeah, you cut him straight through down the chest and down into his stomach, and you see him start to bleed incredibly heavily.
And as my blade sinking into his chest, I just lean in and I say, "A coin."
He kind of just looks at you confusedly and is it, "Oi, I'm mugging you here, not the other way around."
No, that's the answer to the riddle. What has a tails and a head but no body? A coin.
Fuck. They gotta crit Azza, please.
Okay, over to Chadwick, who turns towards this action he's still very much scared, but perhaps there's a flashback to earlier on this day on the road where one of you perhaps may have said something encouraging towards him. As we flash back, who says what? Anyone?
Grab him by the shoulders. Whatever you do, stay next to Kane. Stay next to Kane!
Okay.
It was encouraging for me.
Okay, can he do something? If he stays next to Kane? Let me see. No. So what he's going to do, he is going to just kind of run towards this thug that shot at Kane. So he remembered something about Kane. So he is going to leap to Kane's defense and he will just rush towards this thug, and you just see his hands start to crackle and spark as he just lunges wildly at this person. 18, so 18 hits for
It's a +8.
14 damage. Okay, so he just like runs at this guy and you just see him just jump and dig in with his hands, and this guy just explodes with electricity. Yeah, you just see it run through him all over, and he just lets out this horrific shout and yell, and then they both collapse to the floor, and you can see this man is clearly no longer moving. So which one is that? That is this one. Okay. Over to this guy here, who will run towards Azza and flank him.
What? My word.
What did you say, Kane?
Okay, so the first one, I think that misses. That's a 14. Yep. Yeah, you got 17 AC. Okay, he goes in for a second. Oh wait, I should be rolling with advantage here. So let's see. So 14 was advantage for the next one. So I think it's alt. So the second attack coming here.
Duck, weave, dodge, dip.
16 and with advantage. So a 2. Both of those miss quite widely, I think. Well, the first one more so than the other. But yeah, 2 hits. No, 2 swings and 2 misses from this fellow. Over to
5
Salam.
Ds of AC 17. Dodge, dip, dive, duck, and dodge.
That's still on.
Is Salam up from his
Say
cat
Salam.
nap?
So yes, Salam,
What?
it's your turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's my turn? Okay. I'm gonna go there. I kind of want to do inflict wounds on Azza for calling me a cat again, but I'm gonna do it on this thug instead.
Yeah, maybe you'll get some
Maybe next time he calls
splash
me
damage.
a cat, I'll do something.
Yeah. Are you keeping track of how many times?
What is it? It's control for advantage?
Advantage is alt. So alt is for advantage. I think control is disadvantage.
And not roll anything?
What did you click on?
Oh, and now it's not working. I'll just roll it twice.
Okay. Alright, 15,
15.
15 hits, yeah. So roll damage on that. 18. Ooh, that's gonna sting. So yeah, you kind of sneak up behind this guy as he's trying to swing at Azza, and you kind of touch him on the back of the neck, and from where you touch, you just see a manner of cuts and gashes just open up from where you touch, just spanning all the way across his neck and presumably down to the rest of his body, as you see kind of just patches of blood begin to appear all over his clothes, and he just cries out in agony. But he is still standing, but looking very, very bad. So I think that will be it from you, yeah?
That's all I can do.
Alright, over to Valor. So you hear some rustling and the jangling of steel, and out from the tent bursts Valor, holding her greatsword but dressed in only a 90. She has not donned her armor at the moment. Nevertheless, she comes running out and charges towards the thug and swings her greatsword. 22 is going to hit. And she hits for 12 damage there. And she'll make a second swing there. And this one will unfortunately miss. Perhaps she is still groggy from being woken up, but the first one was still a solid hit. She cuts this man's arm off, and he kind of he's waving and weaving and wavering all over the place, but he is still kind of alive and focused on the fight at hand. Over to Rolo.
All right.
So yeah, based on the missing arm and just the patches of blood spreading all over his clothes, this guy is probably the weakest.
Yeah, Rolo will run over as he reloads and get a better angle and let loot.
Okay, 24 hits for 9 piercing damage. Yep, yeah, you did more than enough, so you kind of take advantage of this man's weakened state, and you aim your crossbow, and it strikes true, ending his life there and then.
As Rolo's quickly reloading for his follow-up shot, Chadwick, you killed the man, and I'll shoot the other one.
Okay.
Murderer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it hits for 4 piercing damage. Okay. This man is still very much energetic and alive.
And Rolo is good.
Okay, over to Kane. So you kind of see Chadwick kind of just straightening up, and he's kind of just looking down at his hands. And you can probably see that the shaking has somewhat stopped.
Kane will run up to Chadwick. Hey, just quickly. Mighty fine job. Don't take it too hard. And I'm gonna cast magic missile at the thug's junk.
Wow. Okay. Ooh, it's kind of appearing and disappearing there.
Oh my god.
I'm seeing
Wow.
3 ones.
I think last week, or the last time we played, you rolled almost like all 4s, and now you got all 1s.
Yeah,
That's
so
what you get for aiming for someone's junk.
how I guess how many did you? I didn't see a lot there. So there's a 2 in chat there.
They
Yeah,
were
it's
all
3
twos.
2s.
3 twos.
Yeah, so
Okay.
6 total.
6 total. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of send these darts and kind of sailing over to this thug's junk, and you kind of see him kind of buckle over. Like you were expecting more damage, but even the little damage you did, you went for the weak point. You attacked the weak point for massive damage, and you see him kind of buck crumple in pain from this, and he kind of just looks at you and says, "Ugh, who does that? Oh, there's a special place in hell for you, mate." Oh. And he kind of just voms straight onto the ground.
Boy,
Alright,
watch the
that's
shoes.
Yeah, he vomits all over your shoes.
Watch the shoes.
And then he kind of just like steadies himself and kind of just tries to push past everyone. So let's see, 5, 10, 15. So Azza, you're gonna get a attack of opportunity here, because he is just running straight at Kane.
Idiot.
Okay, that's gonna hit for 10 damage. Okay, so he kind of just tries to push past you. However, you deftly kind of just take the push and then just bring your greatsword swinging round, and you just cut his head clean off. The body makes a few more steps, but then just collapses to the ground. And the 3 thugs are dead and dealt with.
I immediately go behind Chadwick and go underneath him to lift him up on my shoulders and going, first kill, first kill, first kill.
Yeah, he's kind of just the shaking stopped as I stared, but you know, he's kind of just like silently looking down at his hands.
First of many, Chadwick. First of many. Just parade him around the camp on a victory lap.
You get used to it or you don't.
Why don't you two get a rope?
First kill. First kill.
Rollo will riffle through their pockets and see if he can find any indication of who they are and anything they may have on them.
Nothing of import. There's plenty of crossbow bolts if they fit your weapon. There's maces. There's some kind of clothing. Nothing that leads you to think that they might be hired to specifically target you. They have a small amount of gold, totaling to around 4 gold in total.
More twos.
So yeah, just like in copper, silver, or whatever, there's just an amount of totaling to 4 gold amongst all 3 of the thugs.
Here you go, Chadwick. You earned it. You killed that man.
You give all of it to him?
Yeah, unless anyone stops me.
Okay, you kind of just throw it at him and it kind of hits him in the side of the face, and he kind of just like snaps to and says, What? What?
You're the hero. You get all the gold, all the silver, all the coppers.
You can see like a slight twitch of a smile kind of creep in. He says, yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, he kind of stoops on down and kind of picks up the money.
Oh
And-
no, he's tasted blood.
And Valor is kind of just looking around, still groggy. Is like, is that all of them?
It should be. I'll go off and check the direction where they came from. See if there's any more.
Yeah, and like she just goes, okay, and she's like just goes back into her tent.
Chadwick, you know how it goes. You gotta take responsibility for, your killings. These bodies need to get out of the camp.
Okay. So let's see. I mean, he'll take responsibility for the one he killed. So he kind of casts the same spell that Azza saw before, and you see the thug kind of levitate into the air, and he kind of just like gives him a really solid push, and then you just see the body kind of just drift off into the night.
Rollo will drag the other 2 by their boots and take them out of camp.
Okay.
So as I poke around the bushes, am I ambushed by any, last minute thugs you forgot to bring in?
Maybe. Let's have a look.
God,
Ambushed by the bushes.
Oh, they're animated.
Everyone
Shit.
else. Didn't he say he can't see at night?
Here we go.
Why
Got
is he
a
out
Sphinx
there
for
alone?
you. So you alone see a Sphinx, and it asks for a riddle.
No, it's gonna eat you.
What goes away as soon as you talk about it?
You. And he eats you.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
new character.
Okay. No, you find no more thugs. There's everywhere is quiet other than for the natural ambiance of the night. Yes. And yeah, so we can roll, but yeah, basically there's going to be no more encounters tonight, and so if everyone's taking solo watches, then we can just say everyone else's watches go by without incident or import, and yeah, the sun rises and everyone begins to stir as a new day dawns.
New day, new day, new day.
So yeah, if any spell slots or HP was lost, you guys can claim that back with a long rest. Yeah, so Valor kind of steps out of her tent again, this time fully clothed in her armor, and she begins like taking the tent down and packing it on up.
I see. She's a packer.
Yeah, you might look over to Chadwick, and those of you who probably rolled well during your perception probably would have noticed maybe Chadwick did not sleep very well last night, or if at all. So you can see he's got some bags under his eyes.
You thinking about that riddle? Don't worry, it's not that bad.
He just looks at you, gives you this tired look.
Seriously, no need to lose sleep over it.
He just nods.
Asa is right. You know, if you didn't kill them, they would surely try to kill you.
Yeah.
Wait, this
Self-defense.
this is about the. Wait, this isn't about the riddle. Yeah, seriously. What?
He just
What are
looks
freaking
at
out?
you,
No, it was
With
about the riddle.
an even
Wait,
more tired look.
It's not.
And
It's not murder.
he gives Kane a sideways glance as well.
They're outlaws. It's not murder. They're outlaws. They're outside the law.
I
Isn't
Can
think
I cast Vigilant Blessing on myself?
What was that, sorry?
I'm casting Vigilant Blessing on myself.
Alright.
I think the riddle just made him wish he was dead.
Well, why?
Most people don't really care for riddles. Do you see how hard Rolo chews on his cigar every time you tell one?
I mean, they are very complicated, so yeah, it takes a little. Actually,
Rolo's about to
that's
burst a blood vessel as he like makes sure the campfire's put out completely.
Yeah, you stomp that like into the ground. It was put out long before you finished stomping.
I'm looking at Asa the whole time I'm doing it.
Yeah.
what do you call a sick? Where do you take a sick boat?
Rolo walks away.
The dock.
Go to Salon.
The dock. You take it to the dock.
Everyone kind of just like walks off. Alright, so yeah, you guys set off on the road again. After perhaps a light breakfast or a heavy breakfast, whichever you prefer. And yeah, you have another day of journey. And yeah, anything conversed about over this during this journey?
From Rolo, nothing of worth.
Okay.
Kane would talk to Valor and ask her what kind of people are in the wide market.
Ah, the wide market. People filled with greed, lust for money, and will do anything to get at it. She spits on the ground.
She does that a lot.
She does that a lot, yeah.
I suppose there won't be too many skinny people there.
What? Why would you think that?
Wide market.
She kind of just looks away.
Salon's unconscious again. He just took 37 points of psychic damage.
OP character. OP character.
Yeah. Chadwick kind of helps you up. Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of carry on journeying for a bit, and then you reach the end of another day, and you take another day of camping out in the wilds of the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this road is known for being a bit safer. So yeah, there's nothing. Oop, nothing happens tonight, I believe. Yeah. Keep things moving, but yeah, you guys have watch. Is it all alone watch, or do you have perhaps some time with someone during your watch to talk about anything in particular?
Kane would try to pick Rolo's mind about the rumors he heard about somebody making a large sum of money.
You know, I was really surprised when the keeper brought it up. Whoever this was, I can only imagine they tried to keep that on the down low. But yeah, I mean, they really came out ahead. I really admire them. You know, there's a lot you can do with that kind of money.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. It would be wonderful, though, to know someone of this particular talent and invest, might I say, to make the winnings of such a person even greater.
Right, you are. I wholeheartedly agree. As soon as we get back, the first thing I'm going to do is try and, smoke out this individual. And, maybe they didn't even acquire all these winnings through, respectable means. So we should maybe put a stop to it or invest with them. You're very right. They sound like very handsome and capable people.
Valor kind
Oh,
of overhears this and kind of hurries on up to catch up with you guys and says, "You all wanting to find someone found? I'm pretty good at that." And she kind of winks at you both slyly.
I am, as you said, a bounty hunter of some repute as well. If I need finding, I'm gonna find him. How do you think we found you?
Yeah. Fair point. You independent contractor, or do you work within a organization?
No one is Rolo's master, I can promise you that.
Ah, I can respect that.
Who are you a slave to?
She kind of scowls at you and says, "I am slave to no one."
You call no one master.
Yeah. What?
If you say so.
She scowls even more and kind of looks incredibly confused.
well, I must say, you might not call anyone a master, but we definitely are a slave to something. And Kale kind of just take a gold coin out and spin it between his fingers.
Ah, coin. Yes. I like my coin. That's how I can buy things I enjoy. Good meals, good drink, fine clothes.
And so I thinking perhaps we think of a opportunity here at this wide market to earn a bit more coin on the side of our task.
If there's coin to be made.
You have my attention there.
Maybe we, once we bust the bookkeeper who has been plaguing Candlekeep, maybe we can have a little bit of free time for ourselves before we get back.
It
Mayhaps.
didn't seem as if this was a rushed effort to begin with. After all, we are the ones who suggested this route.
Yeah, that's pretty questionable, isn't it? Like, people were dying and they were doing nothing. I guess if it's not a book, then they don't give a shit.
That does seem to be the trend over at Candlekeep. Yeah. So while this conversation's going, Azza, Salam, are you guys up to much?
Nope.
Alright.
Why do you think they do it? Why do you think they collect books?
Why does anyone do anything, you know? You gotta have some sort of purpose in life, I suppose.
But Enough has to be enough. Like, I can't imagine why anyone would write so many books.
Chadwick
The
kind
same
of
person
pipes up,
didn't write all of them.
says, knowledge is a never-ending road, my friend. Our world
Just
is
like
not the
pointing.
only one here. There are many more, filled with more books. I tell you, it is a never-ending quest, knowledge, and we'll keep it going until there is nothing left.
What about things that should be forgotten? Certainly not everything should be remembered.
Or the vile books, much like the ones that have come across Candlekeep.
Like the one Kane had provided.
Hey, that was a book of exquisite knowledge.
All knowledge is welcome.
Thank you, Chadwick.
Besides, if you don't read history, you are doomed to repeat it.
I don't
Uh-huh.
think what Kane is providing is history.
Chadwick kind of
Oh.
claps at that comment, Salam, and says, yes, yes, indeed.
I guess, you know, as the saying says, we are always a student.
Very good. Okay, so yeah, you guys continue chatting into the night. Then you have your watches, and then you set out in the morning for another trip down the road.
Boy, this road is a bit longer than I realized. I know they said 5 days, but 5 days is pretty long when you're walking.
Well, when you're walking with Ozza, any amount of time is long.
Preach.
Okay, and we're on another scene for no reason at all. Okay, so yeah, you guys are traveling down a country road. It seems well traveled, but maybe a bit more kind of cut off or secluded or covered than much of the roads you've been on so far. Yeah.
I don't see Ozza.
I see me, but
Ah, okay. I'll refresh.
Okay.
things happen.
I won't refresh. It'll take an hour to reload. Never mind.
I'll
Yeah, I don't
replace
see it either.
Azza. Hold on.
I'm blind. I can't see you anymore.
There we go. Can everyone see him? Yeah?
There we go. Yeah.
Everyone's here, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are traveling on along the road. Talking about whatever it is you guys enjoy.
Just singing those good,
Okay.
copyrightable songs.
Yeah, let's back that up
Walking
a little
as far away
bit.
from Asma as I can.
Let's back it up to about here, and then we'll roll a perception check from everyone.
I'm gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on Kane. So you get
Okay.
to add a 1d8 to your initiative rolls
Oh hell yeah.
for 8 hours.
Wow.
Are we doing perception check?
Yeah, everyone's doing perception checks. Okay, so yeah, you guys kind of move on down the roads a little bit more. So let's say you guys are about here. No one seems to notice, however, suddenly Valor kind of calls out, "Look out! Rats coming from the bush!" And out from the bush jump a number of giant rats.
Just turn around, not looking at the rats. That's cute. I mean, you look all tough, but you're scared of rats. Like, oh my god!
All right, and we shall roll for initiative.
Natural one. Natural one. I saw that dice that hit to 2. Oh, no, I'm on 18.
You are? You're still on 1. Oh, right, you got advantage, right?
I've got
D8.
advantage. Kane gets an extra D8.
So I got a 26.
Okay, Kane is on 26. Let's update that.
My dice graphic was being hit by other dice. So it
Okay.
went from 1 to 2 and then 18.
Oh well. So Salam, did you get advantage?
Yeah, I'm clicking it again and it's not rolling. I'll just roll a D8.
Yeah. I should probably look into how to do advantage for that. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep the 15.
15.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you guys are just confronted as these 3 large rats just burst out of the bush and kind of snarl and chomp in your general direction. Kind of looking at you with its beady little eyes and kind of gesturing rudely at you with its clawed hands.
Next time I'm gonna be a druid so I can make a friend.
Okay. Let's go over to combat. So we start off with Kane.
Alright, Kane is gonna target the first one on the right,
Okay.
and I'm gonna firebolt his ass.
Go for it.
Oh no,
Mm.
his ass.
That is definitely gonna hit for 3 damage. So yeah, you send not a substantial firebolt, but it's a solid one. However, its accuracy is true, and you hit that giant rat right where it hurts, and it lets out a shrieking squeak as you see its hairs and on the end of its nose kind of burn and singe and smoke a little. And it kind of fixes you with a nasty look.
And then Kane's gonna move a couple steps back.
Okay.
And that's my
Alright,
turn.
let's go over to the first rat. So this first rat will come scurrying out straight for Rolo. Let's see, it kind of runs at you and kind of gnashes its teeth and goes in for a bite. 14. Just about hits, I believe.
Yeah, hits exactly.
Yeah, so let's see the damage. 3 piercing damage. So yeah, this rat kind of scurries up your leg and kind of bites into your knee. Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
I need that kneecap.
I used to be a adventurer like you until a rat bit me in the knee.
Okay,
Come on,
so
come
this one is gonna run to about there. Okay, so let's see. So as you kind of see this approaching giant rat, Azza, out of nowhere comes sailing where are we? A bolt from a crossbow. So 17 hits, I believe,
Hits.
for 7 damage. And you
Reduced by
look
3 for 4.
and you look on up and you see this horrible looking kind of rat person here, and it's kind of just looking down at you with just manic expression and a crossbow in its hand.
A were-rat. Now we're talking. Crack my knuckles. This'll be good.
Okay, but yeah, this guy is very much up on this cliff edge, and yeah, to get on up, you would have to either climb the cliff or go up the ramp back here.
How tall is the cliff?
Tall. You couldn't jump up it. Let's say it would probably take you. You wouldn't be able to just run on up there and climb up and get up to them instantly. So if you ran straight up, it would probably need like you'd get up there on the next turn, I would say. So let's say something like I don't know, 20 feet or so.
Okay, and an athletics check.
I guess so. Yes, if you're not proficient or have climbing tools or some sort of a spider climbing ability.
got all kinds of climbing tools. I
Mm.
got rope. I got grappling hooks. I got pitons.
A grappling hook might help. But yeah, anyway, over to Salam.
I'm going to move to there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to Misty Step
Ooh.
up onto the cliff,
Oh.
That's
and
cheating.
then I am going to attack the were-rat.
So this were-rat lets out a shriek as you kind of faint, as if you were going to attack the giant rat, but then suddenly appear right before his eyes, and he is quite startled by this. Yes. So yeah, you attack with your flail for 12, and that hits.
Oh, nice.
I'll be there in 4 moves.
So what are we looking at? 8 bludgeoning damage. So yeah, you kind of catch this guy off guard and just crack him across the face with your book flail. And you see like a stream of kind of a splatter of blood kind of fly off over the cliff and hit the floor down below. Okay.
Cool.
Alright, so over to Valor then. So Valor will charge forwards to meet one of the oncoming rats and swing their sword. So 18, that's definitely gonna hit. And she hits for 9 slashing damage there. And she goes to finish it off with a second swing of her greatsword. That one hits as well. And we're looking at a further 11 damage. So with 2 handy hits, she dispatches the giant rat and kind of just skewers it on the ends of her greatsword, and then just flicks it off the end, and it kind of just tumbles off down the grass. And then we go over to Chadwick. Okay, so Chadwick, Azza, did you declare that you wish to go on up there?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
I was certainly interested, but I did not declare.
Okay,
And,
never mind then.
sorry, I was just peering at the height of the wall. I was
Okay,
like,
that's fine.
how difficult would this be to climb? Like, I'll just shoot it.
Okay, let's
I
have a
prefer-
look here.
I prefer cutting, of course.
I mean, Chadwick would have helped you up in some way, but I guess if you didn't declare it, that's fine. What is this?
He could pick me up, but who's gonna push me?
I guess. We will never know. Does he have a ranged spell? I need to give him like a shitty ranged spell so he can do something. Hang on, let me just grab. He's seen Kane do it enough. He can probably copy. Let me just grab something. Where are my spells? Here you go, Chadwick. You can be a little bit more useful now. Okay, so Chadwick kind of copying the kind of same moves that he's seen Kane do. He kind of imitates Kane down to the T, and he fires a firebolt over at this rat over here. $13, so that hits for 3 damage. How did you do, Kane?
Not bad. Not,
Not
bad for first time.
Yeah. Chadwick kind of nods and kind of smiles at you slyly. And we go over to Rolo.
Okay, well, Rolo can shoot point blank without being at disadvantage, so he's going to attempt to stick the crossbow in the rat's face. He will miss that one probably.
Yeah, 8 does not hit, unfortunately. Yeah. Second one does, though.
String was loose, I got it.
How much damage are we looking at here? We are looking at a minimum of 4. So I guess you kind of kick the
hell.
rat to the ground and shoot at it point blank, and you take off one of its little paws, but it is still very much angry and alive. Wait, have I missed? Have I
Yeah,
skipped some people here? I think.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Valor went, right?
Yeah.
Yes, she killed the
Yeah.
rat.
Did we? I haven't. Oh, I haven't been kicked. Have I been? Where am I? I don't. So was it Rolo's turn?
Oh, did I go for fun? It was not my turn.
I
It's
don't
not Rolo's turn.
Yeah, it's Az's turn, I think. All right, let's
Did
say
that
Rolo's.
giant rat go yet?
I don't know. I think I think
could've
it,
seen
did I
the
did I
rat.
just have a stroke or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I could have sworn when I was looking at
Yeah.
the round count that Rolo was.
I think I just
Like,
turned
on the
off. Oh my god, I'm not with it tonight.
The rat
Uh,
needs to go.
The rat
Yeah,
needs
the
to
giant
go.
rat needs to go.
The rat's gonna charge and have a go at Valor.
Did I go? I don't remember going.
I don't
think
know.
you did.
Yeah, you did.
The rat missed.
I did. I see
then
on
we
the
go-
tracker it went straight from Mushka to Salam. On the, like if you scroll up to text.
Yeah, we did skip him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, you've had your turn now then. So yeah, you did
Yeah,
those two
done.
attacks on the 4, and then the giant rat went to attack Valor and missed, and then we go over to Zala. Azza even, not Zala. Azza. Come on, Rob, keep it together.
Keep it together.
strong wine tonight.
Strong line.
All right. I'll circle around this rat. I'll say, "Good trick, Salam." And, give him a little acknowledgement for his misty step, and then I'll try to cut this rat in half.
Okay, let's see how you do. You hit for a 16, and you do 6 slashing damage. You cut into the kind of midpoint of this rat, and you kind of make it about halfway through, but you don't make it all the way through, and you kind of pull out your blade, and it's just a mess of like blood and guts, and this rat is in the last moments of its life, but you know what they say, that's when the crits usually start coming, so it's still alive, and it might be coming for someone with a crit, we'll see.
You know, if you're getting threatened us like that, I might as well action surge. It's not like I used it in the
Okay.
last. It's not like I used it in the last fight.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as a giant's not around the corner, what's really the harm?
Oh wow, there was a crit. There was a crit coming.
I stole it.
Oh yeah,
Stole it.
you finish cutting it clean in half, and yeah, both halves kind of just go to the wind and are never seen again. This rat will be forever separate in this life and the next.
Take a few more steps this way.
All right, and then we go back to the top where we look over towards Kane.
All right, how is the were rat looking up there?
He's kind of like adjusted to Salam being there, but you know, you can see like a kind of an impact wound on the side of its face from where Salam clocked him.
All right, I'm going to yell out for Chadwick and Valor to help Rolo, and I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at the were rat.
Okay. So we got a 2. Oh, that goes to 3. Wait, what?
Cause it's 1d4
Plus one.
plus 1.
Ah, okay.
So 3 for the first one.
Yeah. So we got 3, then we got 2, okay. Last one coming in, another 3, so yeah, 3, 6, 7, 8. 8, nice damage. Yeah, pretty solid. So yeah, you send these missiles, they kind of weave through the air, weaving their way through combat and cleanly go up the cliff and kind of catch this were-rat in the side, and you see him kind of stumble from the impact, but he is still very much in the fight.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay, so this rat having a paw kind of hewn off by the crossbow bolt, kind of leaps up at you again, Rolo, and goes in for another bite.
Oh fuck!
There we go. There's the natural 20. Let's see.
I thought I'd taken it.
Let's
Salam,
see
what do you
the
do in these
damage.
situations?
7.
Alright.
Luckily, it
Going
was only a
backwards.
rat and not something else. So 7 damage as this rat kind of bites deeply into like your calf.
Ow! Rolo yells.
It's like I'm there. Nice, nice. All right, over to the rat with the were rat then. Okay, so the were rat squares up against Salam and kind of pulls out a short sword and kind of swings at you. Ooh.
Jesus.
23,
Yeah,
that hits for three piercing. So he kind of just pulls out the short sword and just jabs it into your flank, and it's not deep, but you kind of feel a little bit of blood kind of spill out from the stab wound. And then we go over to Rolo.
Damn you, rat! Rolo will fire away.
All right. Okay, 16. That is a big plus there. Yeah, that hits for 9 piercing damage. Very nice. And we got a follow up.
Yeah, if it's still standing, I will.
It is.
Put another one down its muzzle.
Alright, nice. Okay, so yeah, you kind of kick it over, pin it down, and then just point blank you execute this rat. And it is very much dead.
Rolo's just screaming as the gore covers him. And he is good.
Alright, over to Salam then.
Inflict wounds.
What are we looking at here? We're looking at a 13, which does hit. Ooh, look at all those dice. 16. Alright. So you kind of grab on hold of this were rat and you kind of grip tightly, and again the kind of cuts, welts and gashes start forming all across its furry skin. Okay, over to Vala. Vala will kind of move in, kind of look on up, and pulling out her heavy crossbow will send a bolt up towards the were rat. And that will hit for... ooh, 10 damage. So as it's kind of stumbling back and recovering from the crossbow bolt, it kind of just from the inflict wound, sorry, this crossbow bolt comes out of nowhere and kind of punctures him right in the ass cheeks, and he lets out a screeching yelp.
Right in the cheeks.
Alright. Okay, so Chadwick will send a firebolt on up towards the were rat to back on up Salam. And we get a 22. That's a solid hit for 2 fire damage. Very nice. Over to Azza.
Alright. Get an angle, pull out my regular crossbow, and just take a shot.
Oh, that's a hit for 8 piercing. Nice. Yeah, this were rat is not having a good time. Okay, over to Kane.
Alright, I'm a finger gun fireball it.
Okay. What have we got? Ooh, almost a 5. That hits for 5 damage. Nice. Very nice shot there. Okay. And then we go over to the were-rat's turn. So, looking incredibly worn, damaged, and beat, Salam, you see him thrust his hand into his pocket, and then he kind of disengages by throwing a fistful of pocket sand into your face. And then you hear him scampering off, saying, "This isn't the last you've seen of me! I am the great Mushika, and I always get what's mine!" And he kind of scampers on off.
He stunned Salam with something. Quick, let's get up to him.
You see Salam kind of wiping his eyes.
How far away did he make it from me? Because he disengaged, right?
Yeah, he's kind of like ran off. You kind of see him scampering off into the distance as you kind of wipe the sand up out of your eyes.
I mean, he couldn't have made it more than 60 feet, could he have?
I guess. You kind of see him off in the distance then, just running.
I want to Sacred Flame's ass then.
You want... Oh, Sacred Flame? Yeah, you can try that. Let me see if I can grab him.
Quick, before he gets that blind corner. In the middle of the woods.
Alright, where's that Sacred Flame? Let's see, that's a dexterity, yeah. There we go. Saving throw. Normal.
Fucker.
Yeah, you kind of see him kind of like hop over this Sacred Flame that you kind of shoot towards him, and yeah, he kind of just like flips you off and then kind of just keeps on running. And yeah, he gets away.
Let him go, Salam. We've taught him a lesson today. And we've killed his companions.
Yeah, there's 3 very dead were-rats, one of them cut in half, one of them just like filled with crossbow bolts. And like where Salam was fighting the were-rat, there is a fair amount of blood that is definitely not Salam's.
I have never seen creatures like that before.
Yeah, Chadwick kind of pipes up, I've read and seen pictures, but never in the flesh. Very interesting.
What was it?
A were-rat.
I believe
werewolf.
so. What was that?
Rolo points down to his oozing knee. Do I gotta worry about this?
Maybe.
Yeah, Chadwick will kind of like come on over, kind of poke at it, and then poke at the rat and says, "Yeah, you'll probably be fine. Just keep it clean, and you probably won't be turning into a rat person, I think."
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you like cheese right now?
No, none, 0.
Alright, you're probably good.
Mm.
Let us know if you have a craving for cheese.
We'll do. You'll be the first person I tell.
Kane will give Rolo some healing hands.
Nice.
Bathe me in it.
Two strong hit points.
Very nice.
Strongest. Alright. Well. Back on the road.
Does any of you have something that belongs to him? He said something about getting his.
I don't know, I've probably killed his dad or something.
Valor kind of just shrugs their sword and says, "First I've seen that one."
Guess we'll have to be more cautious.
Yeah, Chadwick says, "I haven't been this far out and I can't even remember. Oof, I need to get out more." And I am. Here I am. And he kind of just like smiles kindly at the people around him. He seems to be having a good time.
I see you took a liking to my abilities.
Yeah. Thought I could contribute a bit more, so I've been watching closely. I'm a quick study.
And they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Look at you, you devil.
Old? And how
are old
old
as
are you,
hell.
sir?
Old. Definitely old.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's roll perception. How old do I think Kane is? He's probably able to take a pretty good guess, like within 5 years of how old you look. Like, how old do you look, Kane, within 5 years?
Rounding up, 30s, like early 30s. Rounding down, early 20s.
Okay, so he is older than you. He's like, I'm not that much older than you. It'll catch up to you soon, I'm sure.
Oh, well, that I don't doubt in the least.
Sure.
Alright. So, yeah, you guys kind of recover from this fight. The giant rats didn't have anything on them, and the only one who seemed capable of carrying things has run off. So yeah, you guys kind of like head on off up the roads, and after another 2 days of traveling, another 2 nights of camping, you arrive at Baldur's Gate.
We've arrived.
Yeah, you arrive, and
Really?
it looks just like you imagine Baldur's Gate would be. Just this massive city, just oozing of culture and opportunity around every corner. There's just a whole manner of people bustling and moving around here. Yes, if you want to find something, it's very, very likely you'll find it somewhere within Baldur's Gate.
Anyone else been here before?
I have.
Vala says, yeah, I have. It's where I bought that damned book.
Of course.
I'm casting Vigilant Blessing on myself.
Okay.
About what time of day is it?
Let's say it's mid-afternoon. Yeah, you took a long rest before getting here. So yeah, you had 2 long rests, and you've kind of arrived at Baldur's Gate around mid-afternoon. So yeah.
Well, there's no time like the present to get shit done, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can head straight to the wide. It takes a little bit of time to get there if you want to.
Can keep his eyes open for pickpockets or anybody taking particular interest in the group.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of keep an eye on yourself. Yeah, feel free to roll a perception, and I'll keep that in mind.
Did one of you suggest that we hawk this dagger here at Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, after we get done with the business at hand, maybe we can get a penny for it, or who knows, trade it in for something else.
Well, the wide is a pretty big market, so you might be able to find somewhere there. Yeah, so since Vala has been there before, she's able to quickly guide you there. So after a little bit of a walk through the bustling streets of Baldur's Gate, you eventually come across the wide, so I'll take you on over there.
As we're heading that way, what direction are we gonna approach this? Do we march in there, accuse him of shit, he denies it, we kill him? I don't know if we have that kind of pull in town to get away with that. I don't
Perhaps.
know. Alternatively, we can watch him for a bit, follow him, see if he does anything fishy.
This one is a pretty good lie detector.
I
The-
believe it.
In that case, remind me not to play cards with you.
The keeper did mention we don't have much pull here. I don't know what we can get away with without upsetting the authorities.
Well, let's avoid obvious crimes then, but perhaps we can get away with guile and cunning, or perhaps pickpocketing.
So I'm not too keyed on the rules, and they're probably relatively similar to Waterdeep. So the usual rules of murder and thievery is very much frowned upon. There might be other things, but yeah. As for any sway you might have as the keeper's hands, yeah, that's still very new. And while it has been solidifying itself within the keep, Candlekeep, and maybe some of the surrounding villages, it has not made its way to Baldur's Gate, and you will have been forewarned about this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Salam, I was wondering if you would mind going in with Valor, and you are very perceptive, seeing the reaction of the owner on her return. It might give us some indication if he planned this out or if he's an unwilling participant.
Very well.
Valis kind of nods and says, "Yeah, that's a good plan. If it would probably go better if I remembered where this place was."
We brought you mostly for that reason, Valor.
I'm keeping an eye out for any shops with the word Dune in it.
Yeah, she kind of reiterates, "Yeah, I think it had something to do with June, but you know, these are kind of pop-up stalls, so they're never really in the same place. But I'm sure if we ask around, we'll be able to find it in no time."
Would you recognize the face of the gentleman who sold you the book?
Maybe. I am pretty good
Oh.
with faces, but yeah. If I
Come
get a
on,
good
Valor.
look.
I got faith in you. Share some faith in yourself.
Well, ain't you a tall glass of friendly? I'm sure I can remember if I was to come across them again.
I'm starting to think Valor just wanted to get out of roof duty.
I don't know. I've never shingled any roofs, but it sounds horrible.
If she can't recognize someone, then perhaps us moving as a group. We can watch for anyone who seems to recognize her. It's a tricky business, but there's a lot of us.
I mean, it's a big town.
Well, it's only a wide market.
So yeah, it's a very big city, but this
Yeah.
market square is the wide.
Yes.
So yeah, it's kind
So
of.
again, I ask, once we find him and we track him down, let's say we do get him to admit it, what's our game plan, just so we're on the same page?
If we've got him to admit it, we might as well take him to city authorities. We can't drag him out of Baldur's Gate without looking like kidnappers. So we might as well leave it to the Baldur's Gate guard.
Well, then let's ask for forgiveness before we ask for permission from them, then.
So as you kind of make your way to the wide, Valor kind of updates you. Yeah, the marketplace, as mentioned, is located in the upper city and is home to probably the wealthiest citizens of Baldur's Gate. And yeah, it's a very lively market. If it's dark, it's illuminated by magical lights, and there's a whole manner of luxurious boutiques and all sorts of expensive restaurants, and all the people that kind of deign this place are quite well dressed. And if anyone seems to be out of place or look to be financially challenged, they'll probably look down on them with distaste. So yeah, it's quite a kind of upper class area. Yeah, there's but once night falls, there is a curfew here. So if you were to be caught out of nighttime without a hall pass, you'll probably maybe get into a little bit of trouble. But yeah, kind of moving on to the wide. You'll probably be able to find anything you would want here with enough time and effort, and typically all the vendors here are official, as they have licenses and are suitably taxed. But there will probably be corruption afoot, as this is a modern society. Yeah. No, there's no walking about it. Yeah, there's going to be some corruption here, I'm sure.
Even D&D, we live in a society.
We live in a society. Yeah.
Even D&D.
Cool. Yeah, I guess we'd make our way to the wide.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that should be
you-
easy enough to find, right?
Yeah, you kind of enter the gates here, and then you step on
Oh, I
out
can't see
into the
anything.
wide. Oh, at all?
Nope.
No, I haven't been able to see anything this whole time.
Yeah,
There we go.
how about now? There we go.
Yep.
So you kind of step on out, and you can see there's two guards kind of peering
Oh, I
at
can't
you.
see again.
Well, God damn
Sorry.
it. Let's replace
think-
you.
I think I,
can-
see a huge Azza.
Oh my god. Let me just
can see
delete
me.
all your again.
That must be why I can't see anything, because I am blotting out the sun.
That sounds about right. Okay, how about now?
There we go.
Yep.
Alright,
Is everyone seeable and normal sized?
Bro, look out! That wagon's coming right for you.
Yeah, as if in slow motion you turn around and the world comes to a crawl and you see this wagon careening towards you. Oh lord, it's coming.
Oh lord, they coming. You jump out of the way.
Yeah. Rollo jumps out of the way in the nick of time, and this morbidly obese elf kind of just calls something out to you, and you don't know what it was, but you probably can surmise it wasn't nice. But yeah, that was the fattest elf you've ever seen.
So much for elven grace.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Rollo
guy
would,
had no grace.
Approach one of the guards that's here.
Yeah.
If I was looking for maybe a section of the wide with bookshops, is that a thing?
What? Books?
Books, the reedy type.
Yeah, probably in there somewhere, and he kind of just gestures towards the markets.
I appreciate all of your great and very worthful help.
He kind of like nods and says, "All day's work, love."
These damn guards. Yeah. I guess we walk the wide.
Yeah, you walk
Why-
the wide.
Why don't we split up, meet back here in 20 minutes, and just look for bookstalls?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Cover more ground. Just don't engage.
Are you gonna
Right.
start from the top, or are you gonna start from the bottom?
Well,
I guess we can split into groups of 2, or I guess 3 with our NPCs and cover both.
Okay. So how are you guys gonna split?
I will.
We'll have like one NPC in each group, so those
Sure.
who want to go with Chadwick and those who want to go with Valor.
We'll go with Valor.
Alright, so Valor's going to take the bottom part, Chadwick's going to take the top part, so yeah.
I'll go south with Salaman Valley.
Okay.
sounds like I'm going north then.
Alright.
20 minutes, whether you find anything or not.
So yeah,
Fine,
you
that's-
guys split up and agree to meet back here in 20 Forgotten Realms minutes.
Rollo. This one had another idea of what we could potentially do if we find this person.
I thought you were talking about killing Azza. Please tell me.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to that, but
I know.
I have a spell that can send creatures into a magical slumber, and then we could just carry them out, pretending like they were drunk or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if we have an issue, that's the thing. I guess if the keeper didn't exactly give us like a, hey, this is how you complete the mission. He just said take care of it. So I don't know if that means, helping this guy into the next life, taking him back, or just getting him tossed in fucking jail. But definitely keep that one in your pocket. It definitely sounds like the best idea. Although we'll have to lug him, 5 days back home.
We could maybe rent a cart.
I mean, I may be super rich and be able to afford one, but we'll see.
Okay. I've found the setting that stops you panning to speech bubbles, so yeah.
It's a good
Oh,
set.
thank God.
Yeah, sorry about that. All right, yeah. So you guys kind of split up. You have that little bit of conversation, and I think the top group are going to take a little look at this purple tent over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys approach this tent, and you kind of read a sign, a crooked sign, kind of above it, and written there is the sign "Wizards of the Wide," and you see an elderly gentleman with something wrapped around his neck. You're not sure if it's a scarf or facial hair. Yeah. One of the great mysteries of the Wide, perhaps. Kind of looking over it, you can see that it is just a mess of what you presume to be arcane foci and spell scrolls and all sorts of magical kind of items.
Would I be to the person? Would I be disappointed if Would I be disappointed if I asked you if this was your tent?
What? It's my tent. Yes. Why? Who's asking? Are you working for Rodney?
I'm Ozzy Gwyneth, and
I told you. No, I told him. Rodney, it's my tent. I bought it fair and square.
I'm sure you did. Now, do you sell books, kind
Books?
sir?
Books?
Books? Paper?
Ah,
Yeah,
paper.
binding?
Yes, paper. Magical papers. And he unfurls a scroll, and it kind of just disintegrates into the air, and a shimmering cat just runs off into the crowd, and he says, well, there goes that! 25 gold, please! And he kind of holds out his hand.
I'm sure he won't notice the difference. I'll hand him a. He seems kind of the adult type, so I'll give him a bag with 17 silver in it. He probably won't know the difference.
Okay, so he kind of picks it up and says, these are platinum, aren't they? I said gold, but if you're giving these up, I'll do you a 2 for special. That one and one more to your liking.
Sure. Do you have any that he might be able to use? And I'll gesture over to Kane.
Kane
Things that he might use later.
He gives you a really long sniff and says, this one has magic in him, yes. Strong potential,
correct,
this one. Great things, I'm sure. Tell me, what magic would you like? We have comprehension of languages, detect magic, featherfall, mage armor, and a manner of other things.
Do you have something that will aid me in finding something or someone?
I have detect magic, find familiar as well. These are the closest I have to what you so seek, friend. So yeah, he
Perhaps
has
we could,
comprehend
use the
languages, detect magic. Yeah, you can. So you can hand over that. So he hands a rather grubby-looking scroll, but it still works and it's still good. And yeah, that's a scroll of detect magic. And he kind of takes the 17 silver pieces, which he thinks to be platinum, and he kind of chuckles as if he's got a really good deal just then. And yeah, we will flash on over to the other group as they head on down into their side of the market.
Oh, do you think I should detect magic?
You'll probably go blind. There's bound to be magic stalls here.
It's just like a sensory overload.
If you want, by all means.
Perhaps I can cast it once we find the individual shop we're looking for.
Agreed. I'm with that. Yeah, I think we'll just go saw the stall and walk down and see if we can see anything that stands out.
I guess, yeah, you kind of go down this kind of middle route here, and you see two shops on here. So one on the left, one on the right. One grabs your interest as you see a manner of gems sparkling in the afternoon sunlight. The other one, you can't quite see the sign as it is kind of like obscured by the kind of canopy of the cart tent kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess I'd take a peek into the tent down here with the gems, I believe you said?
No, the gems were up top. This is
Gotcha.
a cart tent that the sign is kind of obscured a bit.
Yeah, I'll take a peek into there and
The obscured
see
one?
what I see. Yeah.
Alright, so you kind of look on past the canopy of the tent and you find a sign greeting you that reads out Aberdeen Books, and you see two people kind of milling around inside.
Rollo will kind of sweep his hand into his cloak and just kind of pat his crossbow to keep it close by. And,
It is still there.
We'll, yeah, just take a look around at the books without, asking anything.
Yeah, you kind of browse, and the shopkeep kind of eyes you as the second one as you're kind of looking around. There's like two distinct sections. There's a small section of books that look quite run of the mill, and there's like price tags around 25 gold pieces, and then the majority of them, the other ones, seem to be something a little bit more. You can see various price tags like going around 250 gold, and as you're kind of perusing those ones, the shopkeeps are looking at you rather intently, and one of them pipes up and says, what is it you're looking for, my friend? Anything of particular note?
No, I think not. Just perusing.
Perusing?
Always interested in books, I'm
Aren't we
of
all?
the learned type.
Oh, very good. Then you will not be disappointed by our wares, I assure you.
I'll take your word for it, but I guess I'll be the judge of that.
I'm gonna step in and say, Rollo, I think it's time to go. Remember, we had to meet up with our friends.
It's probably been somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, so not the 20 minutes just yet.
I'll look at Salam, trying to get a feel of his intention.
And Vala will be kind of hanging back. She's got her hood up that she has, and she kind of just like makes direct eye contact with you and kind of nods. So yeah,
right. Yeah, we do.
Pretty clear that this is the place you are looking for.
Yep. No, I guess your books didn't look that great. Well, we gotta go. Thank you.
He kind of sniffs and rolls his eyes at you and says, "Clearly, some people don't know a good find when they see it. Very well. Be gone." And they kind of dismiss you nonchalantly.
Yeah, we'll walk with Salam and Valor.
As you kind of exit, you kind of see a sign over here titled "Gems for All," and they kind of twinkle in the afternoon sun, as I said.
Yeah, once we get a little bit of distance from the cart, maybe just like wandering up a little bit away, I'll approach Valor in hushed tones. Are you certain?
I do not recognize the faces, but the uniform looks right, and I do recognize the decor of the store. A different place. It was up top last time.
Interesting. What do you think, Salon?
At least one believes that we have found what we are looking for.
Mm.
I guess let's regroup with the others and give them an actual visit, yeah?
Yeah. Alright, we'll hop on back to everyone up here. So you kind of just exited Wizards of the Wide. And where are you heading this time?
Kane's interested in this thing. Is this like a place to give offerings?
Looks
It's like a restaurant.
maybe
It-
a pottery store.
It's like an eating table, I guess, where people would
I thought
sit
it
to
was
eat.
a memorial.
I have no idea
Oh.
what that is. Yeah, let's go with memorial. That sounds about right. Yeah, it's a memorial. It's kind of offerings to a local favored god. Yeah, god of coin. There's probably one of those, right?
Sure.
Yeah. It's a statue to the god of Dungeons and Dragons coins, and there's all a manner of kind of offerings, food and whatnot.
Kane's gonna try to keep an eye out to see if there's any kind of gambling going on, or if like people look
Gambling.
like they're doing underhanded deals.
Playing dice.
Okay, roll perception on that. Okay, 14. You can't see anything suspicious, but you are definitely drawn to possibly somewhere that might generate such activity over here. You see a kind of like shop, a bit ramshackled, but it's titled Coppers to Crowns and claims to be an antiques shop for selling just a great manner of trinkets and miscellaneous oddities.
Well, as we haven't found nothing yet, but maybe we could take this time to unload the dagger you have.
Alright. Supposed to be looking, but alright. Perhaps this person also sells books. Excuse me,
Good day.
ma'am.
Yes!
No.
You're excused.
Thank you.
Antiques, one and for all for one.
Do you buy antiques?
Yes, coppers to crowns they go, or coppers in my pockets mostly.
Would you be interested in buying a magical dagger?
Ooh, ooh, big man, big item. She kind of just like
No.
brushes a load of stuff off the desk, and you see a pair of old socks kind of clatter to the floor with a questionable sound, and some gemstones, and a silver spoon, and just a manner of kind of knickknacks and oddities. And she kind of presents this blank space for you to lay down the dagger.
Yeah. Just pull it out of a pack. It and its butcheriness.
Mm.
Here it is.
Yeah, what do we have here?
It's got some occult things to it, as well as an enchantment for killing livestock.
Oh, oh, livestock. What kind of livestock?
Ones that you would intend to eat. I mean, it's a blade; it can kill anything, but the
Indeed.
enchantment is for killing things that you eat.
Interesting, interesting.
I guess I've never tried to kill a vegetable. I'm not sure how that works. I guess it's possible you could cut vegetables, but livestock,
Yeah,
I know that's true.
She kind of pulls out a hollowed out cucumber and kind of uses it as some sort of lens to kind of look at this this dagger, and she kind of hums
I think
and
that
ums to
cucumber's already
herself.
dead.
What? And you can see just like her eye kind of magically bulging out the other side of the cucumber as she looks up at you.
Oh, that's not okay. I'm gonna take a step back.
And she kind of looks back down and continues to look this dagger over.
Okay, tag out.
Interesting. Yes, quite the story behind this one, it seems. Sinister work has been done. But I suppose it is the wielder that decides this one's use. And she kind of takes the cucumber out of her eye with this like nasty kind of sucking noise. And it's like the eye is kind of bloodshot and kind of bulging slightly as she kind of looks up to you. So, what price are we talking here? And she kind of
look at it right now.
she winks at you with the bulging eye.
Well, I think for an item of this particular class, how about 50 gold pieces?
Ooh, big spender, big spender. She tries to like make a duck face to kind of sweeten you down a bit. Let's see how that goes. Where's a charisma? Let's do just a charisma roll. 9. Yeah, that went as well as I expected. She is kind of sickening to look at. But she's trying to talk you down a little bit. How about 40 gold and I'll throw in a little trinket for you.
How about 43 gold and a trinket, beautiful?
You drive a hard bargain. But I say that's a deal. And she kind of spits into her hand, but nothing comes out, but she kind of holds her hand out anyway.
Kane would do the same, like imitate him spitting in her hand, and spitting in his hand, and then shaking it.
Okay, so yeah, you shake fondly, or reluctantly, or whatever, and she kind of rummages around in a box and pulls out a plump purse of, what was it, 43 gold?
Yep, 43 and a trinket.
And she will give you a trinket. Can you roll a 1d100, please?
Oh man, yes I can.
Trinket.
Let's see what we get. 6. 6. Where are we?
More the better.
This came to me a long time ago. An old chess piece made from glass, said to be from the fabled set of the creator of chess. Some say if you were to reunite all pieces of the chess, anything you want will come to you if you so wished.
Can I insight check her to see if she's telling me the truth?
Go for it.
She's insane. She probably fucking believes it.
Yeah, she's telling the truth, or she believes it to be the truth. You don't fucking know. It's like a glass chess piece. It looks nice, a little bit chipped and weathered, but you know, there you go.
Kane will like blow on it, or like blow his breath on it and wipe it on his clothes, act like he's shining it. This is a marvelous trinket. Thank you so much, darling.
Oh, too kind, too kind. And she kind of places the dagger under the table.
And what did you say your name was again?
Margaret! Yes.
Well, Margaret, it was very nice. It was very nice to meet you. I am Kane.
Kane. Lovely, nicely, nice.
All right, it's best we take our leave. Now we have our friends waiting for us.
Anything else before you go?
Kane will take a quick glance around. Anything stands out to him?
Let's have a look.
Got whatever the hell this is. Whatever the hell this is. I think that's actually a fountain seen from above.
Yeah, there's just freaking everything and nothing here. Yeah, there's all sorts. There's an enormous scale, perhaps from a dragon. There's a rope necklace dangling from mummified elf fingers. Yeah, there's some bone dice that look quite sinister. Yeah, there's a 1-inch cube. Perhaps if you knew what that was in this world, it looks to be some sort of Rubik's cube. But yeah, there's all sorts of odds and oddities in here.
Kane will buy the bone dice.
Yeah, the bone dice, the bone dice. Very nice. I'll do for a two for one. Yeah, perhaps this will interest you. A fine gentleman loves something fine for his mouth, perhaps. A nice bit of wine. I have just a nice one for you. I'll do the 2 of them for, let's say, 1 gold. And she kind of brandishes the dice and also a very old looking wine bottle, and you kind of inspect the label and it reads The Wizards of Wine's Winery Red Dragon Crush.
Yeah, Kane would give her the 1 gold and take both of them.
Alright, you get those things. So you get some nicely made and coloured, well, inked set of bone dice, and the wine. It's a nice red wine by the looks of it inside the bottle. Very, very old looking.
Alright, Kane would just tip his hat, thank her, bid her a good day, and go back on to where we're supposed to meet our friends.
She kind of waves at you in a sultry manner, I guess. And says, "Stop by again soon, dearie."
I'm never going to forget that sight.
Alright, yeah, you guys head back to your meeting point then, I guess. It's probably been close to 20 minutes by now. Let's see, let's go. Valor, where's Chadwick? There he is.
Oh, Chadwick.
Alright, so you guys all meet on up here.
Upon seeing them, Rolo will signal over and lead them towards the wall.
Alright.
We may have found something. We came up across a stall full of books, and while Valor didn't recognize any of the people, their uniforms, rung a bell with her and resonated. So while it might be different people, it's the same shop she got the book from.
Yeah, Valor's kind of nodding.
It also had the word Dune in the name.
It definitely did.
That's certainly good enough for me.
So there is the case where it was maybe a rogue employee that sold it. These people may be fucking oblivious. They're rude as hell, though, just a heads up.
I was thinking, what if we went in and said that we were looking for a book that will get us into Candlekeep?
I was thinking we asked for the exact same book that they sold Valor.
I think either or is a good idea.
You think what?
Asking about the exact same book that they sold to Valor.
No, what did...
I think either or is a good idea.
You just mumbled it, I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, I think I
We
just
should
about got
definitely, we should definitely give the impression that we are of money. I feel as if they will be more keen to us.
Well, we picked up a little extra coin. We didn't find any bookstores, but an antique dealer bought the knife.
Oh, for how much?
I wasn't really paying attention.
43
Reasons.
43, yeah.
And some,
43 gold?
and some trinkets.
That dagger was easily 200.
Yeah, I wish you would have waited.
You
until
gave it
you're all
away.
there.
You practically gave it away.
More than that.
Tell me about this trinket. This trinket must be so fucking glorious.
I mean, it's just a regular dagger for anyone who's not a cannibal.
But for the cannibals, maybe we should have looked for a cannibal in this fucking decrepit city.
The city is not decrepit.
I mean, it would also work for a hunter, would it not?
It's done.
Only if they
Yeah, what?
only if they hunt people, I suppose.
Why does it have to be a person? It doesn't say it has to be a person. They could hunt animals.
Why are they hunting animals with a dagger?
Why not? You throw a dagger.
Because hunters use bows.
All hunters use bows.
That sounds like a stereotype, but also it's done.
Yeah,
There's
all hunters use bows.
there's no use crying over lost coin.
Well, I must say, if you guys are unhappy, it was my fault.
Oh, then I completely forgive it.
I mean, you can share the trinkets if you would like.
But I did come across there, and I'll pull out the bone dice and Rolo. I think you, especially like this, and I'll pull out the old bottle of wine that I got.
Can some people make a history check on that bottle of wine?
I really wish you would ask what kind of bones those are made out of.
I mean, you can do a nature check on that shit if you want, yeah. But yeah, definitely a history check on that wine.
Old smelly wine.
Yeah, you don't. Roller doesn't know anything. Does anyone else want to have a look?
That's nature.
Nature.
Juan's not much of a wine connoisseur.
Okay.
And I'm not from this continent.
Yeah, Chadwick will have a go with his history. Hopefully, it will be good.
With his fucking feigned sophistication, he'd better know.
Okay,
He is
14.
useless
14's alright. So he
11,
said,
holy shit.
yeah. So Chadwick kind of looks at the bottle and says, "Yeah, I'm not sure, but Wizards of Wine's winery, that rings a bell. Could it be?" He kind of goes silent, thinking for a bit, while you guys look over the dice. It seems to be made of some kind of animal bone, something exotic, not from this land. Yes, so yeah, an animal bone, not human, but no kind of bone that you've seen before.
Kane's gonna roll the dice to see if they're loaded.
You gotta do an exercise over. Rolo's got this. He'll help you out once we get some free time.
Alright, yeah. So yeah, you guys can do that. Chadwick suddenly cries out and says, "Oh! Let me see that bottle again." And he kind of paws over the label and says, "Yes, yes, yes.
What'd you
Any
find,
of
Chadwick?
you familiar with the lands of Barovia?"
It's quite the fucking walk away, is about all I know.
Indeed, indeed. Long time ago, I think. I'm not sure on the years, but yes, let's say a long time ago. Long time ago, there was a famous winery that produced a great wine within the area of Barovia. Those who sought it out seldom came back, and the only source came from a traveling group of untrustworthy people. But their wine was good, and the stories opened your eyes to something you would not really believe. But yes, this wine is very, very good and filled with history. To the right collector, it would fetch a very, very high price, I believe.
What are the odds that it's a fake?
He'll kind of look it on over and says, "If it's a fake, then it would fool me."
Yeah, well, that doesn't instill confidence, but bag it. Let's see what we can do with it later.
Yeah.
You might have done well yet, King. 43 gold for a fucking dagger that'll kill everything. It's fine. It's fine. We gotta move past this. I gotta move past this.
I'm the only one who killed things with it. It wasn't that impressive.
He was evil as shit. It's probably for the best we got rid of it, anyways.
Evil or just misunderstood?
Misunderstoodly evil. Yes,
He was just hungry.
always.
Alright, what's the plan?
What is the plan, indeed? That's the question.
Godslayer dagger. There is a dagger that does that, isn't there? But yeah, that wasn't that one.
You
This one
intend
can
to.
detect magic before we head back to the shop to see if anything is potentially magical. I could also cast Detect Evil and Good to see if anything is perhaps like a fiend or undead or something like that. I don't know.
Well, what's our line of questioning? Do we ask them outright?
What? Actually, I'm starting to lean into the idea that if we just ask them for a book that would get us in the Candlekeep, then they are like, if they're nefarious, they're likely to give us a book that'll do us harm.
Valor, is
Yes.
that the line of questioning you went with? You asked specifically for a book to get into Candlekeep?
Not exactly. I was more for just inquiring after anything of import and significance. I didn't say anything about wanting to get into Candlekeep.
But it would be an interesting bait.
I suppose.
I mean, it could be they don't give a shit about Candlekeep and they're just giving out these evil books. I don't know. Salam, I'll let you all do your thing and I'll stand by.
Valor, I'll hand back since I've been there before. And she kind of
Agreed.
tightens the hood around her face a bit. So yeah, she'll hang back with you.
Chadwick, you look sophisticated as hell. That's the one thing you got going for you, so definitely go with Salam. Anyone else want to accompany him? I'll go check out that ruby stand across the street.
I'll also go with Salome.
Cool.
So we got Chadwick, Salam, and Kane going to the bookstore.
Yeah, me, Valor, and Azza will. Azza, assuming you want to, I'm not going to force you to do anything. Stand by with me across the street and watch him.
No,
So-
I was going to volunteer for that duty as well.
Cool.
So you're probably just going to peruse like maybe the gem store or something else nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you guys kind of head on to there. Those of you who enter the bookstore enter. Those of you
I'm
who...
gonna ritually cast Detect Magic before we head back to the bookstore.
Okay, so you kind of do that, and as I said, it is more or less just a sensory overload. There's just magic coming from every what way.
Cool. Let's see how it does when we get to the stand.
Okay, so those of you kind of hanging back, you see the gem shop, Gems for All, and there's just like a manner of shiny items, and then there's another shop here, labeled Heath's Hot Drinks. You can just see just a manner of appetizing drinks, whether it's mulled wine, hot cider, or strong tea. Or if there's some, yeah, so hot drinks at the moment. And then there's the Gems for All. Nothing seems to jump out of you, but there's just a very nice assorted spread of gemstones. I'm not sure if any of you are particularly keyed into the worth of gemstones at all, and could kind of go off a glance to see what kind of prices we're looking at.
Nah, Rollo's looking at them, but he cares absolutely nothing at all. He's kind of side-eyeing the rest of the party as they approach the book stand.
Alright,
And
yes.
if anyone tries to help him out, he's kind of waving them off, saying he's just perusing for now.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we'll go with that. And yeah, we'll go to the group who has approached Aberdeen Books.
Good luck, don't fuck it up.
Shh! Don't let the other people know that you said that to them.
That's totally OOC. Metagaming.
So yeah, you are welcomed into the bookstore with the same two faces we saw before. Flashing smiles, strong chins, and well-kept eyebrows are greeting you as you enter.
Is there anything magical about the two individuals?
You can't detect anything on their person, no.
No illusion magic or anything like that?
No, there does not seem to be any illusionary magic going on here.
Just kind of doing like a quick glance over the books. Do any of the books appear to be magical?
Perhaps the topic, but the kind of aura, I don't believe will be giving off any magic now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk in with sandwich and cane and get the attention of the workers. Yes, this one is looking for a book. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh, yes, then you are in the right place, my friend. Books aplenty. Something simple for a light read, or something a little more adventurous, if you so wish.
Friend who is a collector of rare tomes. I was wondering if you had anything that might get his interest.
Rare tomes indeed. Justin, we have 2 new books, newly acquired. We have this one here, and he kind of pulls out from under the counter a tome kind of wrapped up in a nice looking silk, and he kind of unwraps it and kind of puts it towards you, and you see a book titled The Dark Hunger. And we will flash back to when you asked me last session what you kind of understood about the Dark Hunger. So yeah, indeed, that kind of hunch you said, it is indeed related to Hadar. So Hadar, which based on the role you got last time, is also known as the Dark Hunger, and is a star-like elder evil from the far realm who had taken a place among the stars of realm space. Yes, Hadar, usually sought out mostly by warlocks who make a pact. They kind of make this pact to gain powers, which usually manifest in the ability known as the Arms of Hadar spell. Or the more powerful of the most devoted, the Hunger of Hadar. That's the one. Yes. So yeah, he pulls that one out. The Dark Hunger, and then pulls out a second tome in not silk, but an equally nice, maybe a nice heavy Egyptian cotton, and this one is titled Mazroth's Mighty Digressions.
And neither of these books appears to be magical?
I don't think so, no. No. As a side note to those who might be more adept, if something is able to shapeshift, does that give off magic? I'm thinking it doesn't.
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
Like, not if it's like a natural ability?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it would depend on if it's like casting a spell to change form, or if it's like a natural ability.
Yeah,
like...
that's what I was thinking. Alright, cool. Yeah, you detect nothing. And that conversation never happened.
Let's see how well these fools can roleplay.
So yeah, no detection within this establishment, and you just do usual sensory overloads from some of the nearby people roaming around. Off in the distance, you kind of sense the strength of various magical spells and items. But yeah, within this shop, nothing is jumping out to you.
These two are quite Interesting. Would you mind if I take a quick sidebar with my companions to see if this is something that he would potentially be interested in?
Indeed, indeed, good sir.
And I'll kind of pull Chadwick and Kane off to the side, and I'll whisper, "So I'm not sensing any magic. I could still cast Detect Evil and Good and see if it's, an undead or a fiend or something like that."
Aren't these the same titles that they sold the others?
They are.
I'm starting to believe now maybe these vendors are not, they are willing participants.
I think so as well. Well, let's go back and let's ask them some more questions about potentially where they got these books and how long they've had them, and I'll try to gauge and see if they're lying or not, and then we can move to casting spells after that.
Sounds good.
So going back to the workers, I will ask. So you say these were recent acquisitions?
Indeed.
Pray tell, where did you get these magnificent books from?
We are a substantial company. We have our ways, we have our connections and our capital. We acquire them through auction, trade, and the odd adventurer who walks through looking to flog their spoils.
I was hoping you could tell me more about the provenance of these two specific books.
Where they came from?
Yes.
Yes. I believe this one was bought from a rather strapping young adventurer, and this one from auction, perhaps a fortnight ago, at a fair price.
I must say, how often do you come across such wonderful titles as these?
Once in a purple moon, so not often.
Insight check.
Go for it. Ooh, he's lying.
Okay.
Shoot him in the fucking face.
No, let them attack first in self-defense.
I'm just gonna kind of give Kane like a look, and then I am going to let me see here. These books do look quite exquisite, but I am religious, so if you don't mind, I will. I'm going to pray on it for a minute and see if I think it would be a good idea to purchase these books. Okay?
Pray away, good sir. May your god or gods smile down and listen upon you.
And I'm casting Detect Evil and Good.
Okay, let me double check that. Okay, so you don't sense anything undead, fiend, fey, elemental, or celestial, but you do indeed detect the presence of aberrations from a number of books within, all of them in the expensive section, and indeed the two they are trying to sell to you.
How many of them are there total?
What, how many? I think, so there's the two he's showing you, and let's just say you just detect a large amount of them. So the normal, like 25 gold books, none coming from there, but anything priced high is giving off aberration vibes. So there's a
I'm
lot.
not sensing anything from the workers.
From them,
They're just regular people.
Yeah, I believe. Let me double check the spell. Aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. Yeah, nothing from them, just the books that are in the expensive side of the price.
I'm going to start like convulsing and acting like I'm getting like a vision, and like my like back will like snap like straight, and I'll be like looking up at the sky and like just speaking gibberish, and then I'll snap too, and I'll look at Kane and I'll say, oh, that was quite something.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a good idea if we buy these books.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know, I'm just getting a bad feeling.
May I see it?
the book.
Yeah, Kane wants to hold it.
So the two people, they kind of look shocked and then kind of a mixture of letdown and disgusted at the part where you say you shouldn't buy them. And when Kane asks if he can take a look at them, and they kind of snap at you. Look with your eyes, not with your hands, I'm afraid.
Well, how can I be sure that the contents within these bindings are authentic if I can't even take a look inside?
He will take out some kind of white, clean gloves and open the book in front of you and say, "Look away, good sir, but no touching unless you're buying."
So as
Can
Kane's
I do
looking
my
at it,
insight check on that too? Like, how shady are these guys being right now?
Yeah, go for it.
You want me to roll again, or just use the last one?
Yeah, it's kind of you see they're lying, so it's gonna be easier to insight check them, but yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
while
I
while
mean,
Salam does that,
yeah.
I want to cast Manipulate Shadow on the book because I know it's a creature now.
Mm-hmm. So you're not sure what they're being shady about, but there is definitely some shade being thrown here.
I don't know why the text didn't come up, but I want to make the shadow of the book grow like one size larger than what it is around the gentleman holding it.
Is that what kind of spell are we looking at here? Let me open up your sheet. So where are we? Manipulate shadow. Cantrip. I don't think
It's
that.
a bonus action.
Yeah.
It's just sight.
Yeah, and it's sight. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, is there any verbal somatic thingy? Sight.
No, it's only sight.
Yeah, sight and component. Yeah. So you kind of fix your eyes upon it and start channeling the spell internally, and you manipulate the shadow of the book to be greater in what kind of way?
Kind of just to be bigger and to start waving, like just start moving, like when you look through Steam.
Yes,
and I want to see, I want to point it out and see the reaction of the gentleman holding it, and say, "Salam, look at the shadow. I believe you are right."
So the man kind of just looks in alarm and then kind of pushes that down and just goes into denial and says, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." And you can see kind of sweat starting to bead on his forehead and kind of trickle down. And he kind of snaps the book shut as well and starts wrapping it back up in its silk or Egyptian cotton.
I think this would be a good place to end it because I'm gonna have to head out in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll wrap things up there. So as this is starting, we'll go to the other group, and you see someone kind of what looks to be another person making a beeline for the bookstore over here. So you kind of see this person here kind of heading with purpose towards the bookstore. And yeah, that is where we will end things.
Damn it! I wish there weren't so many random encounters in that, so we could have gotten farther into this.
Yeah,
They
Nope.
they give flavor. They give
it's flavor.
environment.
Next
Hold
week will
on.
come around soon enough.
We definitely missed the elephant in the room. The
We did.
existence of Egyptian cotton implies the
waiting for you to say
existence of
something.
Egypt.
There's a
The
There might-
equivalent of Egyptian cotton.
There might be an Egypt in the Forgotten Realms. You don't know that.
Yeah.
It's spelled with an I.
Yeah. Definitely.
Alright, fellas, take it easy. I'm gonna head out
Alright,
of here.
you too.
Alright.
Yeah, everyone follow misguided_misfits over on Twitch. And yeah, thanks for
Alright.
playing. See you next week.
Yeah. Thanks for DMing, man. Good session.
Alright, yeah, so we'll pick up this again next week. I'm not sure if the clocks will have synced by then, but we'll see. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be good after this weekend.
Yeah, that'll be alright then. So yeah, 8 p.m. British Standard Time. So yeah, whatever time zone you viewers are in, yeah, tune in again then, and we'll see who this new person is and where this mystery takes us next time. So yeah, thanks for watching. Drop a follow, tune in again, join the Discord below. And if you're really having a good time, yeah, draw some fan art or something. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm having a good time and hope you are too. So yeah, any of you guys got anything to say?
No, great session. Thanks.
Very good, very good. Okay. Alright, so yeah, take care, stay happy, and see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.